Got 1 week down. Jason, how do you guys look this week?
Yeah, I thought it was a great week. We got a lot of stuff in, and we're excited. The energy was high, a lot of competition, and so we go back home and start back up on Sunday.
What did you see out of Quentin this week?
He was a hot player this week. Extremely this last practice, he was definitely the hot player on the floor, and I thought he did a great job on both ends. And he also showed what he brings to the team, shooting the ball and being able to play defense. I thought he was great.
What's it like for a coach when you got so much depth? I mean, when you're turning around, it doesn't matter who you put in, you're probably going to get some quality man out of those players.
Yeah, I think to have the depth that we have is to be able to maximize that, and if it's not just from injury, but also being able to keep guys fresh for the marathon, and that's what we're looking at with some guys out right now. But the big thing is the guys are stepping up. Spencer was great. You look at the other guys that needed to step up; they stepped up this week.
Spencer just talked a little bit about PJ. He's going into his 6th season and still considered a young player. But what do you think is the next step in his development as a player?
I think for PJ, it's just continue to build on what he's been doing. You look at what he's done for us last year, shooting the ball defensively, being able to play in the post, and then the next step is for him to be able to bring the ball, get the rebound. Don't always look for Luka or Kai. We trust that he can play make too, and so we look for him to have the season that he had last year and build from there.
The ultimate goal is a championship, but I asked him about his individual goals.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to make a hard defensive team, shoot 40% from 3.
Yeah, I think those are all realistic goals for him that he can control. When you look at the defense, he's going to compete against the best offensive player. You look at the shooting 40% or higher, he's in control of that. He'll have a lot of open shots. He's put in the work. His confidence and trust is something that he will continue to grow with and get better with.
Obviously, PJ and Gaffer came in the middle of last season. What big difference does it make these guys in training camp?
I think it's huge. I thought last year that the adjustment of getting their feet settled quickly was big for us, but I think also having training camp, understanding the system on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball is going to be better for us, but greater for them because they're comfortable with the system and what we're asking them to do.
You've obviously competed against Clay, watched Clay throughout his career. What are you learning about him? What have you maybe learned about him?
I think with Clay, the one thing that stands out is his leadership, his work ethic. He doesn't take any reps off. When someone has played in this league at the years that he's played, sometimes it's hard to make that adjustment on the system. But he's in for every rep because he wants to get it right, and that just shows his leadership, his basketball IQ, and that's kind of special in itself. A lot of times you can say, I'm just going to do it the way I've been doing it, but he's bought into what we're trying to do on both ends of the floor.
You can hang him up now, and obviously he's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
What kind of hunger, though, do you sense from him? Almost like he comes here with a lot to prove.
He does have a lot to prove, and I think you can see that, he is hungry. Getting to see him on a daily basis, you see his work ethic, his preparation, being prepared. He comes to work every day, and he has fun doing it, but also, I think he is a role model for our young guys to be able to, be prepared, get your work in, and try to, do the things that the coaches are asking you to do.
Mission for the young guys. What have you seen so far from Jay Hardy?
Yeah, Hardy's been great this week. Again, offensively making plays, being able to score, and then defensively, he's competing at a high level. He's had another good week here, and so we look for him to continue to have, the play that he's had. He's making great plays offensively, being able to shoot the 3, and I think his energy and effort is in the right place.
Sharper's obviously tall. You saw him in Summer League. How does he look this week?
Yeah, he's done well. He's doing well. He's fighting for, one of the two-way spots, and so those guys are competing also at a high level, so it's good. The competition is high, not just for starting positions, but also for a two-way spot.
So what do you think of the week so far?
Oh, it's been great. A couple two-a-days. Been doing a lot of the installation of the offense and the defense. Some zone concepts, just really everything. I think one of the best things about, Sweeney and J. Kidd is their attention to detail, and they're gonna give you a lot of information.
How much easier was this for you coming back since you already been there before?
Oh yeah, I still probably know about 85% of stuff. Terminology is familiar, all that stuff. I mean, a couple new wrinkles, like I said, with the zone and stuff, but part of being a vet is you pick up things quickly.
What were some of the players that have surprised you so far this league?
I think Q played really well today for sure. I think leading up into training camp and our open runs, PJ was really good, and then I think Najee probably had a good first couple of days for sure. And then all the usual suspects. I mean, everybody knows about Luka, Kai, Live, Gaff, all that stuff. So I think we're got to be one of the deeper teams in the league for sure.
Listen, Luka being limited during training camp, just how much has that kind of impacted your role where you see yourself in rotation?
I mean, not that much. I mean, obviously, got the ball a little more in practice, but overall, I mean, we got an MVP. Like, we're gonna play a certain style, so that's the way it kind of works. And being here, being familiar with that makes the adjustment easy. And I mean, you play off Luka, you play off Clay, you play off Kai, and just get in where you fit in, kind of.
What is it about Jay Kidd that it seems like he's really able to get buy-in and get trust from players? What's unique about him to be able to make that happen?
I mean, look at it, he's probably top 5 or so, maybe 10 point guard of all time. Knows the game inside and out. Staff knows the game inside and out, and he shoots you straight. So you gotta respect it, even if he says something you don't like. So there's not really much to argue. Film don't really lie, and he'll go to the film if you have a disagreement. Sometimes, like with myself, I win the disagreements. So it's fun.
You could have been a lawyer.
Yeah, me and J. Kidd and Sweeney be sitting down all the time.
I know you wasn't here last year, but is there any extra pressure to get back to the finals since you went last year and now you added to you and added Clay?
I won't say pressure. I mean, that's what the team wants to do. That's the goal. It's an expectation. I mean, obviously, again, we need good fortune, we need good health, we need cohesiveness and accountability and trust and all that stuff. But why would you not have that goal if you went to the finals last year? You wouldn't come to this year and say, hey, let's tank and get Cooper Flag. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, because if you look at this team, you guys are 2-3 deep in almost every position.
I agree.
What is that?
Yeah, we 2-3 deep at every position. we should win a lot of games.
Speaking on that depth a little bit, compared to other teams that you've been on, this is perhaps the most amount of depth that you've seen.
It's funny because I actually said when I got to the Lakers last year that was the most talented team I'd ever been on. Just with like the 2 Hall of Fame guys, and again, the caveat was I didn't really play with the James, Kai, KD group because I was hurt at that time. So I kind of had that as like an asterisk. But it's hard pressed to say that this ain't the most talented team I've been on. It's right there. I mean, you got an MVP, you got one of the great clutch performers in history, you got a top 2 or 3 shooter in history, depending upon how you feel about Ray Allen probably. You got probably the best tandem big man lineup in terms of lob threat and rim protection in the league. Then you bring in, apparently Synergy says that Najee Marshall is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Interesting because he can't guard me, but Najee, can you guard me? No, I know. So I mean, you look around and it's an embarrassment of riches. And then I was even telling Dennis Smith Jr. Because I played with him last year. When I got here, I was like, yo, your boy PJ, like, he way nicer than I expected. So, and arguably, our 3rd best player maybe? I don't know. So, like, it's dope to see.
Speaking of an embarrassment of riches, in the league, as deep on the East and the West as it's ever been?
Probably so. I mean, I think basketball's going to continue to evolve. I mean, I think we're better than the previous generation. The previous generation is better than the one before them, and the next generation will be better than us. Like, it follows human evolution. So, it shouldn't be no beef between the generations. Obviously, we're more talented, more deep than at any point in history, and, the next generation will be better than us. It's kind of the way life goes.
Thanks, man.